What's up guys, Zami here and you're watching Heavy Metal Pomp. Today I've got another pomade review for you and we're gonna continue looking at the I Hate Monday lineup. For today we're gonna look at I Hate Monday's Alexander. Now this is an unorthodox water-based pomade with a firm to heavy hold. And once again I want to thank Aziz for sending me this. Thanks bro. And without further ado, we're gonna take a closer look at the jar right now. And here we have I Hate Monday's Alexander. Comes in a 4-ounce amber glass jar with a black lid. You get a label on the lid with the familiar I Hate Monday design. You get a similar design on the side label once again. You get the brand's information on both sides. And you also get a tag on the side with the product name, the product specifics, and the ingredients. The overall presentation is really nice, but once again, I do wish that the product name was on the label itself because it's pretty tricky to distinguish between the three in the lineup. And if you open it up, you get this off-white pomade inside. The scent, according to the label, is called Bottega Rush. And what I get is this musky, citrusy, woody scent. Out of all the Prospike and I Hate Monday pomades, this one is easily my favorite scent. The scent kinda reminds me of another Malaysian pomade, Flor de Lama from Jonker Buddies. That one was supposed to have an Aventus scent which didn't really smell like Aventus, but it smelled really good and it kinda smells like this. I'm not sure if this was supposed to be an Aventus clone as well, but nonetheless, it does smell really good, and even if you think you're not gonna like it, it stays fairly subtle throughout the day. Now scooping it out, with a tiny bit of pressure, it comes out really thick and soft. Just like Abraham, it has a very satisfying scoop, and breaking it down, really smooth and creamy, breaks down into this white paste without any effort. It doesn't feel too thick, but you do get a slight bit of tackiness. Applying into the hair, does have a slight bit of tugging and pulling, but as you can tell, not terrible. I'm applying into completely dry hair as per usual, and barely getting any tugging or pulling, which is good. Now you can apply this in damp hair if you want to avoid any form of tugging or pulling, but I do find that the performance is better when applied in dry hair. Now the scent is pretty noticeable as you're working it in, and it does stay noticeable for the first couple of hours, but after that you pretty much don't notice it at all. And as for the shine, it says it provides a medium to high shine, but I really don't think that's the case. I usually get a low shine at best. Just looking at back, goes through pretty easily. You do feel a bit of resistance and dryness, but it's not terrible. It doesn't have the best slickness, but it's still able to keep your hair pretty well in place. I'm gonna style my hair now. Talk to you again in a bit. And I think I'm pretty much just gonna call that done. So as you can tell, I'm getting about a medium height. My sides are kept well in place. Once again, this pomade doesn't have the best slickness, but it's still able to keep everything pretty nice and tight, getting that low shine, and the scent is noticeable but subtle. So anyways, let's talk more about Alexander. Like I mentioned in my review of Abraham, I Hate Monday is the sister lineup from Prospike. And as for Alexander, I do think it works pretty well, but I think it can definitely be better. Now application, as you saw earlier on, is pretty straightforward and easy. It scoops out really thick and soft, breaks down really easily, and applies into the hair with very minimal resistance. Styling with this stuff is also pretty decent. You get a good amount of control to provide some nice height and shape. The slickness with this pomade, like I mentioned earlier, isn't exactly the best, but that's due to the presence of bentonite and kaolin clay in the pomade. You get more of a dry slickness with the pomade, but it also helps to provide some volume to your hair. The hole I definitely wouldn't consider to be a firm heavy. What I get is a lightweight medium to firm hole at best, which is still gonna be more than enough to work with. And just like Abraham, my biggest problem with Alexander is with the endurance. Even though it's a pomade, because it has a drier, more lightweight feel in the hair, it doesn't really keep my hair in place that well throughout the day. It's able to keep most of the general shape of the hair throughout the day, even in hot weather, but I notice a lot of strays and the volume deflates really easily. However, due to the dryness of the pomade, you can get away with some light finger combing throughout the day, which makes it a bit more versatile in that sense. And as for washing this out, one shower with shampoo gets the job done. Rinsing it leaves behind a light and clean buildup which doesn't offer hold for next day use but can provide some control. So anyways, final verdict on I Hate Monday's Alexander. I give this a 3.5 out of 5. Even though I'm personally not a fan of drier water-based pomades, this definitely has some versatility to it. If you're looking for a multi-purpose pomade that can go either loose or clean, this is a pretty decent option. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Hope you liked the review. Do leave a comment down below, subscribe to my channel right here, or you can check out my last video right here. I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.